affiliates tend to have a very different brain in a way. I love how they're focused on pure performance. And what Timotei is going to cover in his talk is how to use that kind of thinking and skills that you have acquired as an affiliate to hit it big in the e-commerce world. There's a couple of tricks that he will go into. One that I really like is the geo-fencing Facebook ads to really brainwash people, but there is more in his talk. Let's give him a big round of applause. This is Timotei.
Hello, my name is Timotei Grachner. I'm marketing manager here at Blackfire, and in today's presentation I would like to show you how I'm using my affiliate skill set and mindset to conquer hunting industry with our direct-to-consumer hunting brand. Before we dive in, let me just quickly show what I was doing before that. So everything started in call center. So for almost 5 years, I was selling as seen on TV products that you see right now probably in your newsfeed from China dropshippers. In 2012, I launched my first Facebook campaign, and as you can see from the screenshot below, the CPMs were really low back then. And in the meantime, I was also pushing a lot of affiliate offers, CPA offers, pin submits, casino, and so on. And now I'm using this affiliate mindset to build a really strong hunting brand. So the whole presentation is basically based on one product. It's a hog attractant. And as we affiliates understand, there is a correlation between how aggressive you are with your campaigns and the return on advertising spend. And this can already be seen from the headline we are using for a long time on all our landing pages, where we communicate that Blackfire is basically a crack cocaine for feral hogs. All right, so let's start with the first strategy. How you can brainwash purchasing managers with your product. So the idea here is that you find the retail stores where you would like to sell your products in, you find the right addresses, and then you put those people in that work in this building, you put them in a bubble. And in this bubble, they will constantly see your different type of ads, different type of messages, and that way they will become aware of your product. So there is one simple way to do this, very cost effectively, and it's called Facebook geofencing ads. So the whole idea is that you find a company, you find the headquarters, you find out where the decision makers are. So they're not just probably in the store, but they are probably some big headquarters. You find the address, you put them in the Facebook, and then you start blasting them with different type of creatives. So as we all know, there are many benefits of frequency in advertising, and there is one campaign objective on Facebook that can work really well with that. So there are like 3 main steps you need to do. So first, you need to build a simple database. Let's say that you would like to create a Google spreadsheet file with 10 to 15 different big retail chains where you would like to sell your products in. So you put them in the spreadsheet. In one side, you put like a name. In the second one, you need to find the address and zip code, of course. So here, it's very important that you find the headquarters, not just some local store, because in local store are probably just sellers, but not the decision makers. You need to hit the decision makers. This is the most important thing about this strategy. The second one, you build a Facebook reach campaign. So most of the time, we are using website conversion campaign on Facebook because we would like that somebody make a purchase on our web page. But in this case, where you're targeting very small audience, you would like to show to as many unique people in the audience as possible. So to do this, the best way is to use Facebook reach campaign. On the ad set level, you have an option to type in the exact address. You can basically drop the pin, and there is minimum 1 mile radius that you can target people on this area. And there is also one very cool feature that many affiliates will probably know, and it's called frequency cap. So when you're doing website conversions, you don't have the frequency cap settings, but when you go to Facebook reach objective, there is a feature, frequency cap, which means that you can increase the numbers of how many times one particular user will see your ad. And lastly, you have you need to, of course, create creatives, but what's more important that you keep the creatives fresh, because in most cases you will have audience size that is below 1,000, and you need to have constantly fresh creatives. So how we do this is that once per week we have a calendar event, which just said, hey, today is the day that you need to change your creatives, and that way I'm pushing them UGC, brand images, like everything that comes to my mind. Also a lot of some kind of interviews from other hunting shops, pictures from other hunting shop owners and so on, so that I'm trying to build on every step, I'm trying to build a fear of missing out event. Most of you are probably familiar, so we won't spend too much time how to build a campaign like this, but they're like on the ad set level, there are two important things. So the first one, that you can type in the exact address of the offices that you're trying to target, and there is a frequency cap where you can play with it. You can go, let's say I would like to that my users in this audience see 5 times in 24 hours. So it's something that you can play with it and find what works best for you. Okay, let's start with the second approach I'm using very often. So I will show you how you can combine cold emails with Facebook ads to basically make retailers fight for your product. So let's start with the second strategy I'm using very often. And as affiliates, we know that fear of missing out is very, very powerful strategy. So this is what I'm doing with this strategy. So I will show you how I'm using cold emails and Facebook ads to build this fear of missing out among hunting shop owners, so that they send me an email asking for my products. So I will show you two different strategies, two different case studies. The first one is I'm using Facebook video in combination of Facebook creative. So in first case study, I will show you how I'm using fake video button to boost click-through rate in combination of Facebook creative and the best performing video ad. So we all know that the money is in the list. It's an old saying, and just a disclaimer. So if you don't have a really good and relevant email database, this campaign will never work. So yeah, please keep this in mind if you're trying to do the same stuff. But in this case, the email on the left is basically our intro email. So the first email we send out, and so this one is in French. But anyway, it's what it says at the beginning is a very short introduction about our brand. We tell them what do we offer them. So the best margins, very fast delivery, low minimal order quantities. So all this stuff that retailers would like to have. But the main thing is, in the middle you can see that there is a fake YouTube player, and this player really boosts the CTR. You will see in the next slide, I will show the results of this campaign. But the idea is, when they click on the link, they're not redirected to YouTube, but they are basically redirected to our top performing Facebook video ad with tons of social proof. So what happens? The hunting store owner receive an email from us. It's definitely relevant because we are sending to the right audience. They see the product, they see the good margins, and then when they are redirected on the Facebook, they see that there are like hundreds of other hunters who are raving about our product. So that way they actually, of course, would like to sell this kind of product, because retailers are always on a hunt to find the next winner, the next good product where they can make a good margin. The next campaign that was also very successful in multiple countries is basically personalization on steroids. So The idea is that you use a tool like Hyperice to do next level personalization. And as you can see on the left screen, what we did here is we send them a follow-up email to all the hunting shop owners and said them, look, in your region, we are looking for 6 new partners, and we would really like to work with you. Because of that, we have already prepared a product roll-up with your name on it, your brand name on it. So it's ready, it's waiting for you to get it. If you order the first test order, I will give it for you with 50% discount for just like 25 euros. And as you can see from the screenshot on the right, there is it's working. So we got many photos like this where people were, because they're emotionally attached to their name, you know. That's why I believe this kind of campaign, it works. But the second very, very good thing was that we figured out that once they receive a roll-up like this, they put it somewhere in their store and they put all our products around it, which means that we have way bigger exposure than any other competitor in our niche. So very simple campaign. It's basically free to set up a campaign like this, but it works really, really great. And the main reason is because you make them feel special. You make them feel that they qualify. And yeah, that's I think that the main reason why this kind of campaign works. And yeah, just give it a try, and I believe you will have a great success with it. So before we go on the last trick, I would like to show you also the results from the first 2 campaigns. So as you can see, because of there was a fake video inside, there was a CTR of 30%, which is, we all know that 30% when you're sending out emails is a lot. But what's even more important is you can see that we received 6% reply rate. And the reply in this case is where hunting shop owners are asking us for price list, for terms of sales, minimal order quantities, and so on. It's basically, for us, it's the final step before the conversion. A few other important things when you are doing this kind of campaign. Always use plain text, because you would like to hit the primary button, not the promotion tab in Gmail, the most popular email client. As you can see, fake YouTube video definitely boosts the click-through rate. Show them social proof. To boost social proof, you have different types of stuff. So one, if you're struggling with getting the positive social proof, you can always show retargeting campaign to your top user base, or you can run some PPE ads, or you can just basically just send an email or SMS to your diehard fans. And here are also some other ideas that we were testing and are definitely working great. So one is that you can tell them, hey, you qualify because you are authorized dealer of brand X, or you can, as I mentioned before, tell them that you are looking for X numbers of new authorized dealers in the region. And yeah, Hyperice is one type of a tool I'm using to do this kind of personalized images and other web content. And lastly, I would like to show you one sneaky trick to generate really highly qualified B2B leads with Facebook Messenger ads. So in general, this campaign, it's basically like when you're selling a product to a customer, to an end customer, we always go with retargeting, right? And return on advertising spent on retargeting campaigns is way higher than most of the time when you're just going with top of the funnel. So the idea here is the same, but just to target very specific people, those that are B2B, in B2B segment. So first thing, you need to build an audience. So for example, if you're a direct-to-consumer brand, you have some sub-page on your web page that it's dedicated just for B2B. In all our landing pages, product pages, like everywhere, we have a call outs like, hey, are you a hunting shop owner? Click here. And of course, there is Facebook Pixel so that we can detect all this stuff. The second one is we are also renting a lot of emails from different hunting magazines, and when we sell our product to the end customer, we also have one area where we are calling out hunting store owners with different UTM tags so that again we can parse out and detect who clicked the link, so that we can give them that we can put them in the different segment, and we know, okay, these guys are very valuable to us because they're B2B, interested in B2B business. So the most important thing is to create FOMO effect, fear of missing out, and to do this, I will first show you a few creatives and then I will show you the complete funnel. So as you can see, we have here 5 different creatives that were basically active. Okay, they're like from last year, but anyway, they were converting very well. So what we are showing them are screenshots and photos from different and other hunting shops. Then we have some videos where our ambassadors are directly trying to say, hey, hunting shop owner, we have something for you, and we just write them a script and tell them in their local language because we are focusing in the European market. And then we have some scroll stoppers like the one you see in the middle. And here's the complete funnel. So the funnel is basically very simple. So first thing, you need to figure out who on your web page is basically a store owner. To do this, we have a call out. So we said, hey, are you a hunting store owner? And we tag this with Facebook Pixel or any other pixel you're using. Then we have Facebook Messenger ad. So Facebook Messenger ad is a type of a campaign that you're not sending people out of the Facebook, but you're sending them directly into the chat field. So we are retargeting them with Messenger ad with very appealing text as well. And when they click on the ad, there is a predefined text where we're trying to say, hey, if you would like to learn more about the products, click here, or if you would like to have like a price list or talk with agents, tap here. And the last step in the funnel is, as soon as they click, let's say, I would like to receive a price list or talk to an agent on whatsoever, there is an agent, like the guy who received the notification, and we try to get them on the phone because we figured out that selling over the phone for B2B is a bit easier, but this depends on the country. But in our case, it's working the best if we just grab the phone and try to get them on. Here you can see a final results of this campaign. So as you can see, we spent, let's say, a little bit more than 400 euros. And in total, we generate almost 70 leads. So cost per lead is very cheap. It's around 6 euros, but in total, we generated just from the test orders for 50,000 euros. So I did not count here recurring orders. So the main point I'm trying to say here is that this type of campaign is not scalable. So because you're targeting very, very small audience, again, around 1,000, it depends, but quality and lifetime value of those leads is way below, above any other customer you have in your Shopify store. Because once they place an order, it depends on your minimal order quantity, but it can be up to a few thousand. It depends what you are selling. And as you can see from the screenshot, people were basically under our ads. They were typing, hey, I would like to sell this in my store. Hey, I would like to be a seller for this region, and so on. So yeah, this just means that we are targeting the right people. It's a campaign that costs basically zero when you look at how much can you make money out of it. And it's something that it's definitely worth it to test it. So that was all. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer to you. So have a good one and enjoy the other presentation in the AdWords 2021. Thank you very much and see you guys.